We're in an empty room right now, and that can only mean one thing. I'm moving into my new bedroom. Hey guys, my name's Ethan. Welcome to my channel. I have been planning and strategizing what I want to do with this space over the past few weeks, and I'm really excited to go through sort of my vision with you guys and get started on the room swap, if you will. If you watched my last video, then you will know I talked a little bit about my living situation where I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment here in Los Angeles. My roommate of 5.5 to going on 6 years actually recently moved out, and so I've been in the space now by myself for around a month, and over the course of that month I've really taken time to plan out what I want to do with this room. The goal here is to make my new room sort of an optimized version of my old room. So there are certain pieces that will not be coming from that old space into the new one, just because after getting them and having them for a while, like I've just kind of realized what like does and doesn't work, and like what I do and don't want in my space. We have quite a lot on the agenda today. The first thing we're doing is painting, and we're not painting the walls, we're painting the ceiling. Before you ask why, I don't know why. I just feel like that will look cool. I'm in this like experimental phase where I just want to like try new things, and so yeah, we're painting the ceiling. I'm gonna put up a few reference photos of what I saw that I really liked, so you can just kind of understand the vision and sort of where I'm coming from with the idea of painting my ceiling. Aside from painting the ceiling, we're swapping out a light fixture. We're gonna probably change out my rug too. I'm of course gonna get like all the furniture in place. I have a few new pieces that I'm really excited to show you guys that will be going here in my room. We have so much to do. This might be like a multi-day project. I'm gonna do everything I can today, but we could possibly have to have like a little sleepover and then get started the next day on all the other stuff. We'll see. We'll just play it by ear and do what we can and have fun in the process. I'm gonna put a photo on the screen that I mocked up in Photoshop of my preliminary vision for what I wanna do in this space. It may end up not being exactly like that, but if this video sounds like something you like, please consider liking the video and subscribing below. Also, if you haven't yet connected with me on Instagram and TikTok and Pinterest, please definitely consider doing that. All those links are gonna be in the description box below. So with all that being said, let's get started with today's video. Okay guys, so here's all the supplies we're working with for painting the ceiling. We have 2 drop cloths. I feel like those were maybe a little overkill, but the guy at Sherwin-Williams was very much trying to convince me to get these because he said you're gonna get paint everywhere, and I would rather be safe than sorry, so I got those. We got the actual paint color here, which is this really beautiful sort of deep, warm, beigey yellow color. I was also thinking about possibly painting this little trim around the room with like a contrasting dark brown, or this really beautiful red is so nice. I'm not 100% sure on doing the trim. I definitely won't be doing it in this video, but in a future video I might. But drop a comment and let me know if that's something that you think would look cool, or is that just doing too much? All right, we also got a set of a smaller brush. We have this hand brush. We got 2 rollers because he said that I'm gonna need to do 2 coats of paint. And of course this like painting extender stick. And then we have the tray with inserts to the actual paint in. So yeah, that's everything, you guys. The first thing I'm actually gonna do is take these curtains down. I watched a video online about painting your ceilings, and the guy on the video I watched said to start at your window and paint away from it. He said it's basically something to do with the fact that the way light comes in, it's better to do that for some reason. And also to not paint this way, paint everything that way. So that's the approach I'm gonna take, and fingers crossed. We also have to take this light down up here, so I'm gonna do that too. There's a lot to do. Okay guys, I have finally taped off the trim around the whole room. And if there is one step of painting I just absolutely cannot stand, it is taping off trim. Okay, now we can actually get started with painting. So let's get started on that process. Okay, you guys, so far, so good. When I painted my fireplace mantle, I was like shocked at how much I hated it at first, and then I did grow to love it, but for this, I actually really love it from the start, which is, I think, a good thing. Hopefully it's not like the opposite of my fireplace where I like this at first and then I start to hate it. Anyway, but now we're gonna paint this half here. Before we do that, I'm gonna take this light fixture down so we can properly paint over that. And plus I'm swapping that light fixture out anyway for a much cooler one, which I'm actually about to go pick it up here in just a little bit. Let's get this other half painted. Hi, we are back. I took a break to go get some lunch. I got a coffee and we have a pendant light for my room. I actually found this light on OfferUp. The guy that sold it to me was like, you can just come pick it up from my cafe. So I was like, okay, cool, sounds good. And drove to Beverly Hills and got the light, but then his cafe was so cute. It's a spot called Leora, and I got a chicken pesto sandwich, which was absolutely amazing. My friend Hannah went with me and she got a grain bowl and she said it was really good. So if you're ever in Los Angeles or Beverly Hills specifically, definitely go check a spot out. As for this light, this is the, I believe it's called the Pearl light fixture from Modernica. I saw this on OfferUp for $150 and I think this light normally retails for around $300. So I figured, hey, it's in perfect condition. I feel like that'll look really cool in the room. The only thing I'm nervous about is how long this is. I may end up having to literally cut this to make it make sense in my room because, I mean, my ceilings are pretty tall, but like, this would just come down so low if I kept it as is, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But as for now, we are gonna do the second coat of paint and then maybe install this. Let's go ahead and put the second coat of paint on the ceiling. Those floorboards. That's what happens when you live in a historic building. All right, let's get into it. Okay guys, so as you can see up there, the second coat is completed. I will say, I feel like the second coat is a little more streaky than I would have preferred for it to turn out. I'm hoping, I don't know if you can tell that, but I'm hoping once the paint actually dries, it'll look less streaky. But as for now, it's like still pretty uneven looking, if I'm being so honest. I do really love the color. I think the color looks nice. So I'm excited about that at least. If we need to apply a third coat tomorrow morning, I'll do that. But if I wake up and it looks great, then I guess we'll also be good to go. I think we're gonna call it a day on painting, but tomorrow morning we will get right back to it. All right guys, see you tomorrow morning. Let me adjust this just a little bit. All right, good morning, you guys. It is a beautiful new day. The sun is out, as it is every day here in Los Angeles. And I am happy to report that the paint looks amazing. It is so smooth. I was really afraid last night when I was wrapping everything up that it was just gonna be too streaky looking. Yesterday when I was looking at it, I was like, ooh, this is looking like I'm probably gonna have to do another coat, but I don't know. Got up this morning and it looked great. So I'm sure there are areas I could touch up, but I'm happy with it. So I think it gets the job done. So now that the painting is finished, we need to install the pendant light that I showed you guys yesterday. The only issue is yesterday when I picked up the light, and I didn't know this until I got home, disassembled the light, and then started looking at the instructions on Modernica's website. But I found out the pole that I got yesterday from the seller is the longest option. This one is 32 inches, but there's another one that comes with a 24-inch option and then a 16-inch option, which would be really ideal for putting it in this room. Because when I put this on the ceiling and then added the light fixture on and got a visual for what it would look like in my space, it was so low in the room that it just would not make any logical sense to do that way. I did message the seller and asked him if he had those other pieces, but for the sake of getting this done for the video, I don't think I can expect to hear back from him or get those in a decent amount of time. So another option is there was this really little piece that basically screws onto this. It was a little extender piece, and I unscrewed this, and I believe if I can go to the hardware store and get one of these little pieces, I tried unscrewing it from that and it wouldn't unscrew, but get one of those pieces and screw it in here, then the light can be used more like a flush mount light. I'm gonna run to the hardware store and try to find a little piece like that we need, and hopefully we can get this light installed so we at least have an overhead light. I normally hate the big light, as people on the internet like to call it, but I'm trying to become one with the big light and make the big light something that I do actually want to turn on. And this pendant is so pretty. I really think it's essential for modernizing the room, since a lot of the details in the room are a little bit more historic or lean older. I love contrasting that type of detailing with more modern items like lighting or bed frames or whatever. So yeah, let's go to the hardware store and get what we need. Hopefully we can get this light up, and then we'll move on with the next step of this project. I just got out of Home Depot and they did not have anything to help me convert the light from basically being a pendant to a flush mount. I feel like my situation is just very specific and specialized. So my only option is just to mount the light as is, or to just not mount a light and wait for the seller of the light to respond to me. And hopefully he has the pieces that I need and then I can mount the light, which may not end up happening on this video. But anyway, I feel like it's gonna look so bad with just nothing up on the ceiling, but what do you do, you know? Anyway, let's get back to the house and keep moving right along. We will get to the light another day, or maybe later in this video, depending on whether or not a solution appears. But moving right along, we're gonna figure out what rug we want here. So I have a few different options. There's one rug that I have in the garage from CB2. They don't even sell it anymore, but I found it on Marketplace probably a year or so ago. And I actually used to have it in my bedroom and really loved the way that it looked. I think it might play really well with the ceiling color. So that's an option. Another option would be my neutral rug in the living room from All Modern. To be honest, having that rug in my living room has been very stressful because it is so light, and obviously living rooms get a lot of foot traffic, especially in my house because my front door is right at the living room. But let's just go play around and we can go from there. All right, guys. Please do not judge me for how bad my living room looks right now. I was cozied up on the couch earlier because yesterday when I was painting, I turned all of my heat and everything off, and it gets so chilly here in LA at night. So when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my God, it's so cold. So I just took the duvet right off my bed and brought it right to the sofa when I first woke up to chill for a minute, but anyway. Oh, this glass is so heavy. I wish my camera lens angle was wider so you could see like the whole room together, but this rug definitely works really well in here. So I think we're just gonna stick with this for now. One thing that will not be making it into the new room is my Modernica bed frame, and it is not because I don't like it. It's just because, well, let me show you. The color of the wood just does not at all go with any other wood tones in the room. So what we're gonna do instead is, in my garage, I have a black platform bed frame from Pottery Barn, and I used to have that in my room before I got this Modernica one because I did want a headboard, but I think just visually this doesn't work as well. It's a beautiful bed frame, but I'm not sure I really want it in my new space just because ultimately, while it is stunning, it just doesn't work. I will probably find a new bed at some point that I'll put in the new room, but for now we're leaving this here and we're gonna go get that Pottery Barn bed frame and put it in here. Okay, wait, I just thought to myself, why don't I just mock up and see what the green shag rug would look like in there? And I think I like this so much more than the neutral option. Here's with the white one, and here's with the green. Let's actually just go ahead and swap that out and bring my shag rug into that room. The amount of dust in here. You guys, this is bad. Okay, our bed is good to go. I'm gonna run and grab the mattress, throw her on top of this, and then we can grab the dresser and nightstands. Oh my God. Okay guys, I'm gonna go take a lunch break and we will come back and work on the rest of this. See you in a bit. Okay, now that I'm getting everything in place, I'm kind of like, is this too cramped? Like, I feel like this might just be too cramped, like with the door open there and then over here, this is like right up against the edge. And I'm almost wondering if it would make more sense to put that on this wall, but then that would require me moving literally everything around, which might be fine. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. Maybe let me try to bring my dresser in here and just see how it would look there. And if it looks like trash, then we can just like flip the room around. Pro tip, if you live alone or you're moving things by yourself, just use towels and slide furniture as opposed to picking a lot of it up yourself. I mean, certain things you literally can't pick up, like my dresser, there would be just absolutely no way I could pick that up myself. Just a towel is all it takes, and moving is 5,000 times easier. I'm just gonna put this under the legs of one side of my dresser and kind of guide her along through there. Okay, you guys, here is the layout of the room with the dresser on this side and the bed on that side. I think I want to swap them because I don't know, it's like this whole area feels so cramped, and then this over here, it's kind of like the dresser's just lost on the wall. It's like, what else is going to take up all that space? So I feel like from a practical perspective, like this wall offers so much more space for all this to go on. That way it won't be like the door is like hitting my nightstand. So let's go ahead and move the dresser over there and move the bed and nightstands over here, and I will check back in with you guys in a second and we can decide once and for all what we're gonna go with in my room. Okay guys, I have changed the room layout and this is what we're working with right now. I think this works better. It definitely feels less cramped with the nightstands being over here, but at the same time, I'm still trying to figure out, like, should I bring this over more? Do I even like want nightstands anymore? I'm just so undecided. But it could just be that I'm maybe overcomplicating it, which I tend to do. I think it might be a good plan for me to just kind of sleep on the layout, literally. I'll sleep in here tonight, but sleep on the layout and just see how it feels with me being in the room. And tomorrow morning when I get up, I might end up wanting to rearrange a little bit or maybe shift things just a tad. My intuition says this is probably gonna be the direction I take the room and just let this be what it is. But tomorrow morning when I get up, we can go ahead and finish off the space with lights, art, mirrors, bedding, and everything else. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, you guys. It's a brand new day. Slept in the room for the first time last night. As you can see, there's bedding on my bed. And you know what? I loved it. I really enjoy being in this room. Like, you can totally feel the spaciousness so much more in here as you kind of exist in it. And I definitely love this layout. Like, I don't think I would have been happy if I had the bed positioned on that wall and the dresser positioned on that wall. So we're keeping it as is. A couple updates before we get started on our final day of this room project. I actually heard back from the seller that I bought the light pendant from, and he said that he didn't think he had the other sizes for that pendant rod. So I actually contacted Modernica and they have the part available for $35, and I feel like that's just worth going to get. I'm gonna place that order. I'm sure by the time I get back from my holiday travels, it will either be ready for pickup or will have arrived, or if some miracle happens and it's ready before this video is completed, then that'd be amazing too. And maybe I can slide it in the video and you'll see it in the final shots. I don't know. But as for today, we are gonna start decorating. So I have a mirror I wanna hang. I have art that I wanna hang. The art that used to be above my bed in the other room, I am gonna bring in here, but I think I'm gonna put it on the wall that's like to the left of my bed versus behind my bed. I actually really enjoy not having anything behind me, especially not like an art piece that big, because even when I had my Modernica bed with the headboard, you really couldn't lean up against the headboard without your head hitting the art. And so, I don't know, to just have this like really big, clean, open wall is nice. At some point, I may end up hanging something above my bed, but a much smaller piece of art or something that's just not so looming, because that art is big. We're also going to hang a mirror up that I recently got, and we're actually doing that first. The mirror is from a brand called Ready to Hang, and all of their pieces are done in drops, I believe. One I got is so cool. I am really excited to put it up. I think that's all the details I needed to give to catch you guys up. I already love my room so much more in here. It just makes me happy. So let's get started. All right, guys, here is the mirror. It is, well, not the mirror, here's the box that the mirror is in, but I am just so excited about this. So like I said, it's by a company called Ready to Hang. This is the bezel mirror, and got this sort of like off-white cream color here because, as you can tell, a lot of the items in my space are pretty dark and contrasty, so I wanted something light. Oh my god. Dude, this is gonna look so good. Here is where I'm thinking, if you guys can kind of get a visual for that. It is actually so heavy. I'm like struggling right now. You can probably hear my voice is shaking. Okay, we are done mounting the mirror. I need to like clean it off. There's some markings and stuff. The next thing on our agenda is to mount the lights above both of my nightstands. So let's go grab those and get them put up. Y'all, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you do not have Philips Hue light bulbs, they are the best thing ever. You can change everything with your phone and it just makes life so easy. It's the only smart home upgrade I really have. I don't have Alexa or a HomePod or any of that, but please sponsor me, Philips. If you want an ambassador who genuinely loves the products, it's me. I have literally used them for like 7 years, I think, at this point. It's been a long time and I've never had a light bulb go out on me. Like, they've lasted literally forever. So, all right, now we're gonna hang up my big painting on this wall. So let's go grab that. Okay, this is gonna need to go higher. With today's video. I have a feeling there will be a sequel to this video in the near future. As with all the parts of my home, things are constantly changing. I'm getting new pieces, I'm selling pieces, I'm moving things around, and with my bedroom, it probably won't be any different. In fact, I already have things on the way that will be here in the new year. So if you want to stick around for the journey, be sure to subscribe and check the description box for my Instagram and TikTok accounts. Follow me there, go say hi, let me know you came from YouTube, and yeah, I think that's it, guys. At the time of filming this, it's like a week or two before Christmas and a couple weeks before New Year's, which is really crazy. 2023 has really flown by. But if you're watching this at the time of me uploading it, I hope you have a great holiday season and a very happy new year. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will catch you on the next video. Bye, guys.